Hey, how's it going? Welcome back to another Kickin' Reviews, the only review you have to watch before going to a movie. Minions 2 being the previous installment in the Despicable Me franchise had me pretty excited for Despicable Me 4. Now, I thought Minions 2 was a pretty funny movie, so I think my expectations for this movie were pretty higher than normal. Now, were these expectations met? We'll get into that as we review. After having an encounter with a life-threatening villain, Gru and his family move to the quiet town of Mayflower as they try to keep their identity secret and their family safe. Like I said, I was pretty excited for this movie. Not the most anticipated movie of the summer, but I still love a couple Minions, you know. This movie should have been a bit more funnier, you know, especially coming after this Minions 2. I thought this movie was at least going to keep a little bit of that sauce and be entertaining, right? But it wasn't. I'm not gonna fool you. This movie wasn't that good. Now, starting off with the villains and the new characters introduced in this movie, I feel like those should play a major part, as those are the characters that are supposed to draw you in for another installment. I have to say they were pretty boring. I couldn't name you a single new character that was introduced in this movie. The villains have cool intentions, but in the end, their intentions are cool and all, and the relationship with Gru is alright. But I think how can I say this? I think their execution was pretty subpar. Chunk of the movie where they're supposed to be getting to this place and they're kind of forgot in the movie. I kind of forgot about them until they're like, oh shit, these guys are finally here. And I'm like, oh shit, I forgot about them. Right? I think the concept of the school of villainy was pretty awesome. You know, having the rivalry between Gru and this new villain start when they were in high school was pretty funny. I think it's something we haven't seen in the franchise, and it was a good addition. I won't lie. There's a girl that has a lisp, and I don't know, she was alright. I liked her little mission that she goes on with Gru, but it's another throwaway character that I'm pretty sure they're not gonna do anything with her in, so it doesn't even matter, right? Now, if the new characters were kind of ass, what about the established characters, right? You have Gru, which honestly I can't say anything other than that he's a dad in this movie. Like, he doesn't have a character arc or anything. We have Lucy, who goes on this trying to keep up with her new persona but fucks it up a bit, which was interesting at first, but they don't really do anything with that storyline. We have the little girl, I forgot her name, but she has this thing where she can't lie because that's the bad thing to do. We have an instance where that plays part of the story, but other than that, it doesn't get resolved, and they don't do anything with that one. That goes for Margot as well. She's like the oldest daughter. She has like this thing where she has to move to a new town, so she has to get new friends, but they don't do anything with that either. They kind of like shove it to the side and let you forget about it, which is like, why introduce these ideas if you're not gonna do shit with it? Which it's stupid. Like, that's the best way to put it. It's stupid. Now, I forgot to mention this when I was talking about the new characters, but Gru has a baby in this one. That's probably like one of the big draws about this movie, is that, oh shit, he has a baby. But I don't want to spoil it, but he has a thing with the baby, and you start one way in the beginning and you end another way at the end, but the story between that doesn't really have anything to do. Like, I honestly thought that it's a drastic change from the beginning and the end, and the middle part doesn't really flesh that out. So it's kind of stupid in my opinion. I'm trying not to spoil the movie, so I kind of sound dumb. Now, everyone knows that Despicable Me 4 should be a funny movie, right? The Despicable Me franchise is they're supposed to be comedies. Now, I think the jokes are alright in this movie. They're not Minions 2 level, but I found some of them funny. Some of them not as funny, and some of them not funny at all. So it just sucks, man, because Minions 2 had me laughing from beginning to end, and I watched that movie twice, and it was the same experience both times. And this one, it was alright. Like, it made me laugh, but it left me wanting more, dude. Like, fuck. Now, how can I talk about Despicable Me 4 without mentioning the Minions? You know, that's the big attraction since the first movie, is these yellow little fucking creatures, right? They don't do shit with them, bro. Like, they just come out because they have to come out since it's a Despicable Me movie. They don't do anything with them. The most they do with them is the Mega Minions, right? That's these 5 minions getting superpowers, and I think the superheroes referencing were pretty cool, but they don't do shit with them, bro. They're just to make toys. Like, that's how I felt. Like, they're just shoved into this movie to sell more Minion toys, and that kind of sucks because having superhero minions is like, don't fucking cancel me for this, but I think that's a cool idea. Like, having these minions that can fly and are super strong, like, that's funny, right? I'll give it credit, but I think the execution again was kind of ass. Now, to wrap it up, let's talk about that ending, because I personally think that the ending was pretty cool. you know, having this end game level end no yeah yeah end game ending was wholesome and everything. It's just that the whole movie doesn't justify the use of this ending. Like it's a pretty final like goodbye, you know? And I think wasting that on this movie specifically was just a bad decision. You know, I wish they made this movie at least a little bit worthwhile, like raise the stakes or something. But in the end, the ending was cool. It just didn't feel deserved, so that kind of brings both of the things a little bit more down. Despicable Me 4 serves as a great example as to why Hollywood should just stop making sequels and stick to more original ideas, because the Despicable Me franchise was good till like the second film and they started dropping in quality, right? So this movie just didn't feel like it needed to get made. I get making these movies if you have an idea that's worth making them, you know, like if you have this interesting concept that you want to make, like go for it. But if you're just gonna make something like Despicable Me 4, it's not even worth it. So I got out of the theater thinking this for sure, like this is easily a 5 out of 10, but after giving it more thought, I don't think I could give higher than a 4 out of 10. So Despicable Me 4 gets a 4 out of 10. Left disappointed. That's pretty much it. Now, what certification does it get? Despicable Me 4 is probably going to be best enjoyed with your family and friends, you know, with a group of people that can all enjoy this movie that you're watching, right? So does it deserve to be watched in cinemas? I personally don't think this movie is good enough to waste your money on tickets and popcorns to watch this movie. So I think watching this movie at the comfort of your own living room or whatever is probably your best option. And that's why I think it gets a Saturday night certification. I mean, there's no harm in watching it, but I personally don't think it's that good, you know. So you shouldn't watch it in cinemas unless you have to take care of your kids and don't know where to take them. Now that's pretty much all I gotta say about Despicable Me 4. It was a disappointment, but I want to see what you guys thought about this movie. So leave a comment down below what you thought of Despicable Me 4. Leave a comment down below of what you want to see me improve on. Like and subscribe. Turn on that notification bell. Hopefully we get a couple more movie reviews in this month. I'll try my best. That's pretty much all I can say. But other than that, I'll see you guys on the next one.